I'm Max.
The mirror is my second worst enemy. The first is my face. I'm actually surprised that I'm able to look at myself without vomiting, although sometimes I can't help but let a tear drip down these cheeks. Hello, fugly, you fucking disgusting and unlucky eyesore. Why were you born with just the right amount of disproportionate on your near disfigured and fully hideous face, Max? Why did the sperm and egg let itself create such an abomination such as yourself and let it out onto the world? How could nature do such a horrible thing to both me and the rest of society? Yeah, obviously I was exaggerating. There's no need to explain that my emotional teenage self was melodramatic when it is quite fucking obvious to everyone. So if you're just gonna comment, "Oh, you were just being dramatic, it's not that bad," shut the fuck up, bitch. We all know. Regardless, that's what I said to myself, because that's mostly what you feel if your face is like mine. Ugly. So who are you? Big nose, big ears, big lips, big forehead, small eyes, small lips, gross teeth, flaky scalp, shitty hair, too fat, too skinny, acne, blemishes, boils, blots, bald spots, weak jaw, oily skin, dry skin, hairy skin, no chin, too tall, too short, uneven features or otherwise an unproportional sort of body and face. I asked, who are you? Because you know this is how you've been identifying yourself for so long if you feel anything like me. Ugly. To the point where your insecurities are driving your mind down deeper than the lowest depths ever meant to subsist within the world. It sure as hell doesn't help how I never had a girlfriend, let alone any friend of the opposite gender and sexuality, that would let me know that they find me cute, because apparently no one did. And even the people who told me I was, were always related to me and 30 years older than I was. I really do appreciate you all trying to quell my self-esteem issues, but should you really be lying to me just to make me feel better? I'm not going to be reproducing with any of you anyway, so this is pointless. The best I ever got by someone I liked or even found slightly cute was average. And I think that correctly sums up exactly what I was. Average. A plain stain on the world with no attractive aspects whatsoever. You're just not my type? More like you're just not attractive enough for me. That's what that means. Because if I was, they would have at least given me the chance to get to know them. Most of them almost certainly had no goddamn idea what actual fucking kind of person I was. The girl in the example I just gave definitely didn't. Her name is Claire. I was able to make Claire constantly laugh. I was one of the few people who respected Claire. I was always giving my gum and pencils to Claire. I did my best to help Claire with all of her homework and assignments. I tried texting and talking to Claire. But did she like me? Of course fucking not. She liked the douchebag Joey, who bullied me back in elementary school, because he was what she described as hot. Okay. Whatever. It got to the point where I started believing that this was what all the world cares about, your looks. Every instance involving these circumstances kept proving my hypothesis right. Is it just a coincidence that almost everyone popular in my school is good-looking, or is it because that's what people care about? Is it just a coincidence that most people who got all the nice and flirty customers at work were good-looking, or is it because that's what people care about? Is it just a coincidence that people with better jobs that make more money are good-looking, or is it because that's what people care about? Is it just a coincidence that almost everyone famous in popular culture, from actors to musicians, are good-looking, or is it because that's what people care about?
But Max, there are ugly people who make it big, and those people are only good looking because they have good money and stuff. If they didn't have all that money, then they wouldn't be as good looking. They couldn't afford to pay for braces and hairdos and stuff.
I understand that, but look at the majority of the circumstances I'm talking about. People do care about better looking people more often than ugly people. It's in our genetics, and it's just how we operate. As you can see, this kind of mindset kept digging deeper into the insides of my psyche, and with this thought process came my understanding of why I was so fiercely unfulfilled and failing in my life no matter how hard I tried. I was too ugly.
At least you have a nice personality.
Fuck you. Yeah, fuck off, all of you who fucking say that shit, then immediately prove yourself wrong. I treated Brianna like a queen and got rejected because she was interested in someone who was better looking, who treated her like dog shit. And no, people who focus on looks aren't stupid, they are normal. Fucking everyone enjoys looking at good looking people, it's in our biology. That's just natural selection. The healthier we look, the better we do. Don't give me none of that bullshit saying, looks aren't everything, Max. You think I don't know that? What I have been expressing and what you don't seem to understand is that despite it not being quote-unquote everything, being good-looking is integral for social prosperity. And I am not socially prosperous. I look like disease. Max sits next to Haley in forensics class. Max makes a bunch of silly jokes and Haley laughs quite a lot. Someone on the other side of the table says, "Y'all are cute together, maybe you should go out." Haley says, "Ew, no." Depression. When you're hanging with friends or just some people and they make random jokes or comments about your ugly appearance, and although they basically just emotionally spit in your face, they act as if they didn't just fucking shatter your already broken self-esteem by insulting what you look like. What the fuck is wrong with all of you? How would you like it if you were an ugly sack of crap and I walked up to you and told you that? Are you goddamn idiots not aware of human emotions and ignorant to when you make comments like that? It's like if you had terminal cancer and I walked up to you and told you that you're going to die. Yeah, thanks. Fucking dumbass. Have y'all ever seen other handsome and pretty people and tried to exactly emulate what they do and look like doing your hair or putting on makeup, and then fail miserably? Looking at the fugly failure you are, feeling almost non-human from your facial insufficiency. I look like I don't even belong here. I don't. So what the fuck am I supposed to say now?
It'll get better. Looks aren't everything. At least you're funny. At least you're nice. Just accept who you are and you'll feel better.
I could just be one of those fucking people, and while what they say is partially true, most of you know deep down that shit doesn't help at all. It makes you feel like 1% better, while 99% of the rest of you are still unfortunate enough to continue to feel like the unnecessary spare of change with a below low standard physical embodiment. I know. I was told the exact same, and I still felt the exact same. But there's no need to cry. Let's be realistic here, everyone. All of you who feel ugly, every single one of you, I'm betting my life to you that there are a near limitless number of things you can do to bring yourself up to at least a 9 out of 10 in terms of looks. Even if your face has some severe disfigurement, then major facial reconstruction is still an option if you want it. I'm not even saying that as a joke, it exists for one of these very reasons. Listen to me. I am not a shallow shithead who is telling you to pretty yourself up. I am a fellow friend telling you that it's not impossible if you want to. If you don't, then good for you. That's fine.
And for all of you people saying, the world is evil, people only care about looks, shut the fuck up. No, the world isn't evil, nature isn't evil, humans aren't evil, and biology isn't evil. Scientifically, it all makes logical sense, and that's just how we operate as human beings. It is horrible that quote-unquote ugly people get the short end of the stick for no fault of their own, yet still feel the repercussions of their disadvantages. I agree, that is fucking awful. But there is still something they can do about it. They can prove to their species that they deserve to be a part of it. I went every damn day of my pitiful life praying for a female to find me higher than a 5 in their eyes, feeling the full lack of companionship, and to this very day of making this video, I still have yet to kiss any human lips. But now I have somehow managed to make myself look good enough to where I'm finally happy with myself. I'm not saying that I'm handsome or beautiful or hot or anything, but I do not feel so ugly anymore because of what I was able to fix. For me, my teeth were yellow, crooked, and I never smiled. I fixed that. My hair was long, greasy, untidy, and flaky. I fixed that. My skin was pale, acne-ridden, and oily. I fixed that. My clothes were baggy, dirty, and styleless. I fixed that. My body was frail, wimpy, and scrawny. I fixed that. My face was plain, bare, and ugly. I fixed that. It's common sense. Take out what looks bad and put in what looks good. You're gonna have to figure it out for yourself. It took me 18 years of my life after experimenting with all kinds of different barbers, dermatologists, dentists, stylists, workouts, and whatever. But you'll finally find the right ones and become the beautiful being you always wanted to be if you actually do it. So for all of you people who want to continue to feel sorry for yourself and blame your genetics and make every excuse to not do something about feeling ugly, fine, be that way. Natural selection doesn't need people like you, who not only aren't born with the right things, but also aren't willing to do the right things for themselves. Maybe you'll find someone who likes you, maybe you won't. And you probably won't with that kind of attitude. For the rest of you who realize that change is possible, and that ugliness doesn't have to be permanent, and that beauty is actually attainable, I believe in you, and can't wait to see what you turn yourself into. And I do not mean just physically, I mean in every way. Claire showed me how to be confident. Brianna showed me how to smile. Haley showed me how to love myself. And Lulu shows me that I can be loved, and that I am loved. Finally. Now it's your turn. Beautiful.
Toodles.